Alright, what's up, my friends? Back with a strategy for you. I'll go ahead and put the bankroll up here. We're going to start with 250. I'm calling this the collect, press, and lay strategy. And what we're going to do is play the middle 40 or middle 66. So 3 units, 3 units, 3 units, 3 units. And we're going to, anytime we get our first hit, we're going to collect our money, the $21. Our second hit, we're going to press them all a unit to $22, and we're going to leave them out there for 6 rolls. After 6 rolls, if they haven't 7'd out by then, we pull everything off the middle 44, and we're going to lay money on the 4 and 10, probably 30 bucks, maybe 40. We'll start with 30. If our bank goes up enough, we'll move up to 40, and we're going to lay the 4 and 10 and hedge with the hard 4 and 10. But we're only going to throw a couple bucks on the hard way, probably $2. So if they do hit a 4 or 10, and it happens to be a hard way, we'll lose our 30 up here, but we'll make 14 back. So we'll only lose half of it. So we'll go ahead and I guess I need some dice, huh? We'll go ahead and roll it out. And this is a come out roll. I am going to count the come out roll unless it's a 7. So we got a 3 deuce 5. We're not playing the pass line on this one. You can if you want. And 3 deuce 5. So we're going to go 15, 18, and 15. And so I'm sure some people are wondering why we don't press on the first hit, and why we're not going to press on the first hit is in case we only get one hit before they 7 out. At least we collected $21 back. We'd only be out $45. We got a hard 8. So because if we pressed on the first hit and then didn't get any more hits, we're still out the full 66. So it's going to pay us 21. We're going to collect it. Alright, so that's 1 roll. Well, that's 2 rolls, I'm sorry. We got a hard 6. Hard ways are banging. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done a strategy. I've been posting a lot of throw videos. But I figured I'd get back on a strategy for some of y'all that like the strategies. So we're going to get paid 21. We're going to press them all a unit. So we got to throw them another $1. So now we got 4 units. We got 20, 24, 24, 20. And that's the third roll. And we got a 10. There's the 4th roll. No money for us. Alright, 5th roll. We got a 6 deuce 8. And that's going to be another that's going to be $28. 5, 3, $28. We're not going to press again. There's only one more roll anyways before we pull off and lay. We got a 4 deuce 6, so this was almost the perfect scenario so far. We hit 4 out of 5 of our possible rolls that we could have got paid on. Oh wait, it's going to be 28. So we hit 4 out of 5 of our possible rolls, and now we get to pull off. So the only miss we had was a 10. Otherwise, we made a lot of good money there. So we're going to go ahead and lay $30 on the 4 and 10. And if we hit it, we're going to get paid instead of 15, 14 for the VIG, which is the commission for the house. Alright, so we're just going to keep rolling. We got a 6-1-7. Alright, perfect timing. And the reason I pull off after 6 rolls is because 6.5 rolls is the average before a 7 out. So we go right up to that average and then call it quits. So we're gonna get paid $14. I'm gonna pay myself 15, 15, give them 2 for the big. So that was perfect, best case scenario right there. We're gonna pull off. It's a new shooter. I'm gonna cash a couple of these in just to so I don't have to pull any out. Got 5, 5. 1, 2. Cash 5 more in. Alright, so we're gonna let it play out again. New shooter. 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9. Now, what we just saw was damn near best case scenario, other than there was a 6, 4, 10. So don't expect that every time. But that's the best way to start, because now we're up some money. We're not chasing, which never chase profit. Stick to what you know and hope that it plays out in your favor. So now we're gonna go 5 more rolls, and 5, 4, 9 covered the number. You can play the pass line on this if you want. I'm not going to for this scenario though. Pay 21. That's our collect. So we collect the first one, press the second one, and ride the press out. So that's our second roll. We're not going to count this one because it's a come out roll. 3, 1, 4. Actually, no. I'm sorry. We will. We couldn't leave them turned on, but I usually don't, because unless that was a come out 7, if that was a come out 7, we wouldn't count it because these are off. And then technically there's 6 more rolls or 5 more rolls you're supposed to see, but we'll just count. We would basically just count it as a no roll. So numbers on 3 or 4. I mean, we got 3 more rolls to go before we pull off, and we got a 6, deuce, 8. So that's going to pay us 22, or sorry, 21. We got to throw them $1 to have $22, so we can press everything 1. So now we got a $24 6, 8 and a $20 5, 9. That's the 4th roll. We got 2 more rolls. Another 6, deuce, 8. So that's going to pay us $28, 7 to 6. It's going to pay us 28. And we got 1 more roll. I'm using these just to count. And if you have trouble getting swept up in the game, it's a 3, deuce, 5. If you have trouble where you get swept up in the game and kind of forget to count, an easy way to do it is the chips in your rack. Just use it like an abacus, kind of. Just slide one out into the back row each time there's a throw, so you can count and you won't forget. You know what I mean? You won't forget what was just rolled. So right now we got some best case scenarios going on. I believe that was our 6th roll. If not, it was our 5th, but we'll go ahead and pull just to be safe. We're going to move. We're now going to lay the 4. We're going to go $30 lay on the 4. We're going to go $30 lay on the 10. And just let it play out. Oh shit, pull these off. I meant to keep pulling all these off. 6, 3, 9. Not going to pay myself. I pulled the 5 off, forgot to pull the rest. 6, 3, 9. Oh, knocked it over to 6, deuce. Doesn't matter. 6, deuce, 8. And see, if we would have played the pass line, I wouldn't lay the 4. I'd only lay the 10 because the number's on 4. But yeah, I'm not going to play the pass line for this scenario. 4, deuce, 6. But you can, just if it's a 4 or 10, don't lay it. You know what I mean? 5, 1, 6. So we'd still be getting paid up here. If you want also, you can leave the 6, 8. You know what I mean? It's up to you. I like to get all my money off the table, because you're never missing out on money. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm missing out on money I could have made. That's true in this scenario, but you saw what just happened in our last scenario. 5 or 3, deuce, 5. You know what I mean? literally the second we laid, we got a 6-1-7. So hard 8. So yes, I'm missing out on money right now, but more often than not, we're gonna escape a near death. 5 deuce 7, and sometimes we're not even gonna make it to be able to escape that. We're not even gonna be able to make it that far to escape. You know what I mean? So these pay 15 for a 30. Throw them $1 each for the vig, and I'm gonna cash these two 25s in for some green, if you know what I mean. 2 greens. We're gonna go ahead and cash this 5 in also. Yeah, 25. And we're gonna 4 of those for a hundy. And we're gonna keep rolling. So right now this strategy is banging for us. Come out 8, 6 deuce. Don't expect it to always do what it's doing now. I hate when people say guaranteed strategy or whatever, how to make $300 in 5 rollers. Yeah, you can, but it's not going to happen all the time. This is a good strategy though. It is one I like. It's one that I use a fairly decent amount. So we got an ace deuce. That's our second roll. We got 4 more rolls to get our hits, but again, I call it the collect, press, and lay. Collect on the first hit, press on the second hit, and then after those 6 rolls you lay. So right now we're getting those horn numbers. Oh, I also forgot to even play the hard ways with a couple bucks when I laid, which I do sometimes. Other times I just let it ride. If I'm made enough money that I don't, obviously I care if I lose, but I don't care. I don't need to throw those couple dollars. We got a 4-1-5. That's going to pay us 21. That's his 4th roll. Right now we just collect because that's our first hit. And keep it rolling. 6-3-9. So that's the 5th roll. So if say we got our second hit on the 6th roll, we wouldn't press because that's when we pull off. We would just take that second hit, you know what I mean, and call it from there. 6-3-9. That's going to pay us 21. We're going to throw them $1 and press for literally 1 roll. So we got 20, 20, 24, 24, 20. And they got 1 roll. So if worst case scenario happens here and they hit a 7, we lose $45. We got a 3-1-4. So no harm done, but no action. We only got 1 hit there. I'm running out of 1s up there too, and I don't feel like breaking any more out. So I'm gonna cash some of these 1s in for 2 5s. And we're gonna move $30 to lay the 10. So we got 1 hit there. We only made 21, or no, we got 2 hits, so we made $42. But we have 60 at risk right now. Now, say they hit a 4 or a 10 before they 7 out. I'm not gonna put back up on that 4 or 10. I'm just gonna eat that loss and hope the other one hits. You know what I mean? And for this scenario, I'll go ahead and throw $2 at the hard 4, $2 at the hard 10. Pays 8-4-1. A lot of people think that means 8-2-1. That actually means 7-1. You pay 8. They give you 8 for every $1, so it's $7 profit. So I'd hit 14 if either of these hit the hard way. We got a 5-3-8. 5-3-8. And your lay bets should stay on, but just in case they don't, so they cover the 8, you're going to just make sure they stay on. I'm sure they do, but tell them they keep my 4 and 10 working, because if they get to come out 7, then you're going to win right there. You're going to win on your 4 and 10. It's all it doesn't hurt to ask. Just we got 6 deuce 8. You know what I mean? There's no reason not to keep them on if they don't. But where I play, they stay on. We got a 5-1-6. So we got some hot shooters so far. There we go, 5 deuce 7. All right, so we haven't even lost a lay bet yet, and that's why I like to play the lay bet. So they're gonna pay us 15 after, and we're gonna throw them 1 for each. That's why I like to play the lay bet after the 6 rolls, because if they haven't hit the 4 or 10 by then, they're more due to 7 out than they are to hit the 4 or 10. So when I cast is 25, 25, 25. Give it another 2 more, and I'm gonna grab another hundy spot. Let's see what time I'm at in the video. Hundy spot. Right now, this strategy is destroying, but we're pretty much in best case scenario mode right now. So I like to and we lose our hard ways. I like to show where you get like some best case scenarios, some worst case scenarios, and some average shooters in my videos. And a lot of times it does tend to work out that way. 6, 3, 9. But right now we got some good shit going for us, boys and girls. So we're gonna go ahead and ride it. But yeah, I do really like this strategy. It is one that I like to go to a decent amount. So I wouldn't be putting it out here if I didn't like it somewhat, you know what I mean, or use it a decent amount. So I mean, I do win a lot of money a lot of times with it, but nothing's guaranteed. So we already had the come out roll. That's 1 roll. There's our second roll. 6 deuce 8. We got $21. This is our collect. Keep it rolling. 4, 3, 7. All right, there we go. Now I'll be able to show you a little bit, and that's why we collect on the first one, because we got 21 of our 66 back. If I would have pressed on the first one, we'd lose 66, our initial 66 risked, and we wouldn't get to see anything for that first hit, you know what I mean? So that money goes to the bank. Lost it. All right, I'll go ahead and do 1, maybe 2 more shooters. So coming out, first roll, hard 10. And that's also why I'm not playing the pass line right now. I probably would if I've made as much money as we've made so far. I need to cash one of these in for 5 ones, because odds are the best bet in the game, technically, or the one with no house advantage. So once I've made this much money, I probably would, and I usually do, play the pass line. But since we just took an L there, I'll go ahead. I'm not gonna play it right now. So we got a hard 10. And then, like I said, if I would have played the pass line after that 6th hit, I would not lay the 10. I would maybe double up on the 4, or I would just put the. I probably wouldn't fully double up. I'd just go to $40 on the 4. You know what I mean? That's what I typically do, unless I'm feeling bold or just made a lot of money. Which right now we kind of have made a lot of money. There's our first hit. Second roll, $21. Back to the good guys. It's roll number 3, and hard 10. Pass line. So now is where you can get in a dilemma. Do you want to keep these working or not? You know what I mean? And if we're going to count the roll, you might as well. But it seems like there's a decent amount of the time you see a come out 7. You know what I mean? I don't know why. There's no real way to explain it. There's probably some science behind it, but I've made a good amount of money. So why get risky? You know what I mean? Part 4. I believe that's the worst thing to do. Is once you have money, or once you've made some money, is to go ahead and just start getting ballsy. If you're gonna do something different because you've made money, do it for a reason. You know what I mean? Don't just do it because like, oh, I've made money. I'm playing on casino money. That's the biggest. I hate when they say it's casino money when you've won it. It's your money. You know what I mean? It's not casino money, or I'm playing on the house's money. No, you're not. You're playing on your own money. It's not money you started with, but it's money that you've earned through the game. So why? I literally hate the term house money and casino money. Once it comes to your hands, it is now your money. So don't start throwing stupid bets. I'm playing on house money. No, you're not. You're still playing on your own money. You're just not playing on your initial investment. That's like, to me, that's the worst thing to say, because that tells me you're straight up gambling. Like we're always gambling, but there's a smarter way, and then there's basically a slot machine way or a lottery way is what I like to say. Like where you're not really there to make money. You want to make money, but you're not playing smart. You know what I mean? You're just hoping that you're seeing the hottest shooter ever or whatever. Or you're just hoping that the chips fall like in your favor that night. I'm more of a guy of what's the smartest way for me to make money, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. So don't, at least around me, don't, and my friends know it's a pet peeve of mine. Don't tell me it's casino money or house money, so I'm gonna start betting like a jackass. You know what I mean? It's your own fucking money. Pardon my language. But yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine. As soon as it touches your hands, it is now your money, folks. How much time we at? 22 minutes. I'll go ahead and do one more shooter. So we lost our money there. We only got we got 2 hits, but one of them was on the press, so we lost $45. Yo 11. That's one roll. 7. So I'm gonna negate that yo 11 because that was our 7 and it was on a come out. So it's like we're restarting. 12. That's one roll. Man, this guy doesn't want to establish any type of number though. 314. 314. Alright. Last shooter for us. And I like to kind of play in, even if I stay at the table, sessions of 6 shooters. I like to see where I'm at after 6 shooters. Assuming I just like haven't had a terrible streak and lost all my money by then. But after 6 shooters, I kind of count my money, see where I'm at, put the money I came with, if I'm up a lot, back on the back rack, and play with the profit if I'm gonna keep playing. So then I know no matter what, I'm at worst going home even. If I'm up enough, like if I'm up $50, then, and I started with $250, then maybe I'll put the $50 back. But I'm going home with something. If I'm up after 6 shooters, I'm going home after something. I like to play sessions of 6. And I say it's a session, but you know what I mean? I may keep playing, but every like kind of 6 shooters, I like to assess where I'm at with my bankroll, if it's time to go home, or if I want to keep playing, I'm putting some money away if I'm positive. If I'm barely negative, or if I'm hovering around even, maybe down 50, $100, and I want to keep playing, I'll keep playing. But I always assess where I'm at after 6 shooters. And then if I decide to stay for another 6, or just stay in general, if I make it another 6 shooters, then I'm going to assess where I'm at after that next 6 shooters. So it's always good. You don't have to count your money after every single 639, after every single shooter, because once you get used to a strategy, you kind of know what you're bringing in anyways. So, but it is good to assess after a certain point, so you don't have all this extra money that you just keep throwing or doubling up your bets. Like, that's the way to play smart. You know what I mean? See where you're at, assess the situation. Do you want to keep playing? Have you made enough that you're ready to go home? Whatever the case may be. But at least you know where you stand. Or then you can, if you made a good amount of money, set some back. You know what I mean? So you don't go home broke. We got, it's going to be $28 because we pressed once. But the worst thing to do is once you set that money behind, and what I like to call it is the profit pocket, even though it's not in my pocket yet, but I call it the profit pocket. Even if it's not fully profit, whatever I set behind is now dead to me. I'm not putting it back out there. It's, if I lose the rest of it, it's what I'm going home with. You know what I mean? I'm going home with something. You're not taking me for everything. The worst thing to do is set that money behind, and then you take a little string of a couple losses in a row, and you're like, oh, it's due to bounce back. I'll put this money that I already initially said I was going home with back out to risk. You know what I mean? So it does take discipline, and that was the 6th roll. It does take discipline, but that's the worst thing to do. If you set that money back, whether, if you need to, if you really want to call it the profit pocket, put it in your pocket, or ask, if it's $100 in red chips, ask for 4 green chips, or ask for a blue chip and change. They'll give it to you, and then put it in your pocket. So, because when you color up and leave, they're going to give you that anyways. So get that 100, put it in your pocket. It's dead to you. Don't touch it. You know what I mean? So we're going to lay the 4. It's been 6 rolls. Sorry if I got off track a little bit, but I'm tired. I just hate seeing people set money back and then they go back out there because they took a couple losses in a row, and the money they initially said they were going home with, they don't go home with. You know what I mean? Because they took a string of losses and they wanted to get it back. You know what I mean? So there's a 10. Lost $30. But we had 3 hits, 2 at 28, 1 at 21. So that was $56, $77. We lost 30 of it back. We're still at 47 profit. Even if he covers this 4, we made $17 on the shooter. 3 deuce 5. So that's another thing. If you get 3 hits and you lay, and they hit one of them or both of them, you still made profit on that shooter. And if they didn't hit either of them, we would have made 28 extra bucks. We would have walked out with $105 on that one shooter. We got a 7 out, so we went from $77 to $47 at the time, $47, but we just got paid another $14, made $61 on that shooter. And with that, I'm going to call it, because we're probably running low on time anyways. I'm going to color up real quick. So that's 100. Alright, so we started with 250. There's 2. There's 50. So all this is profit from here and down. $100 profit. $200 profit. So 100, 200, 275, 280. Sorry, 275, 295, 300, 305, $309 profit in a span of, I think it was 6 shooters, if not it was 5. So don't expect to always make that, but it's a safe strategy. Anyone that's pretty safe, relatively safe, I'd say low to medium risk on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most risky. It's about a 2, maybe 2.5. It depends a little bit on the table. If you're on an average table, I'd say it's about a 2. 2 out of 5 as far as risk goes. So that's the strategy. Hope you guys liked it. It's called the collect, press, and lay strategy, for those that don't remember. And thanks for watching. It's your boy Double D Dice, and say hello to my little friends. Peace.